Okay, that's up. No bullshit intro, let's talk about this. This video will be divided into 4 parts. If you're here for a specific topic, feel free to use the chapters feature to skip ahead. However, I recommend watching the entire video as the topics are interconnected and will provide a full understanding of the situation. When it comes to the products I sell, I'm deeply involved in every aspect. Quality, pricing, and how to buy. I've never liked selling something I didn't believe in or use. People who have known me for a long time know that. As for the Neverlose configuration, I can confidently say that it was a solid product at the time of promotion and that many users were using it without any problems, pulling really good results. I can say that I'm the one of the few people on the market who actually promoted the config they were using and not a different, weaker one. Let me just tell you how things unfolded. I used to play with Skit with the name Logical or Bless sometimes and GG/WareStore at the end. Eventually, I stopped promoting my store due to being out of stock for an extended period of time, so I just replaced the Discord link with market link leading to my Neverlose config to generate more sales. Why? Honestly, I'd seen it on others and I liked the idea of not spending money on Neverlose when I wanted to play with Skit. After an interaction I had with Sigma on matchmaking where he triggered the VAC ban to a player with Neverlose who probably had safe mode off, he wrote me the following thing on Discord. Why are you advertising Neverlose market while using Skit? To which you can see what my reply was. At this point I would like to apologize to the people who use Neverlose for the words used in this conversation. My intention was to point out that Skit was safer than Neverlose, not to insult people who use my config. Did I do the right thing by using the Neverlose link when playing with Skit? Absolutely not. I wasn't aware of the situation at the time, but after several opinions from users on the Sense Lounge Discord and Wish, I realized that what I was doing was wrong and stopped using that link. Better is reselling all of his WareStore NFA accounts to more than 5 people at once. Before I start talking about it, it seems unreal to me that Sigma could say such a thing without providing any evidence to back up his claims. 4 days before the Neverlose incident, he contacted me to manually verify him on the WareStore server to buy some accounts. As you can see a few messages below, I sent him 4 accounts purchased at the same time without expecting anything in return. He refuses to use them since he needed a tool to log in, so he tells me that I can just resell them because he won't touch them. You know what I did? I just went and gave them to random people on the Sense Lounge. I didn't give a damn about any profit, even though he caught me just as my supplier raised the prices. Still, let's talk about how we, WareStore, sell accounts. Everything is done through a bot, created from scratch by my friend Mascot. The way the bot sells accounts is quite simple. The bot is connected to our supplier's database, and when I run the /account command, choose the type of NFA and then the number of accounts, the bot automatically takes the account from my supplier's stock. When it comes to automated payments, it's exactly the same thing, except instead of me running the command, the bot automatically does it the moment the payment is valid and complete. We, as WareStore, do not have any stock purchased in advance, rather we rely on the platform of our supplier, which ensures that the list of accounts is deduplicated and verified at each restock. Any account you purchase from him are instantly resold, allowing him to profit at the expense of others. I find it funny that he says that, and I'm also glad that he did, because many of you are probably not familiar with the products we sell, so I'll explain a little bit. The way these accounts are obtained is through phishing, or simply by infecting computers on internet cafes in China. The accounts come in the form of username, a token, a token with which you can log into Steam. I will leave a documentation about GVT tokens in the description, so if you want more information about that, you can check there. I want you to keep in mind that those computers in internet cafes can be infected with several different types of stealer software owned by different people. After that, those tokens are sold on to people who, most of the time, rip off Steam points or other useful stuff and sell them further, and so on until they end up to my supplier or other vendors on the market. When you buy an account from us, you get access to a channel where you have all the steps you need to do in order to connect to the purchased account. You will also receive a message telling you that if the account doesn't work, you can use this website to replace the account by yourself. without having to wait for our response. In the frequently asked questions section, I mentioned that we do not replace for active accounts, as this is the risk when buying NFA accounts, but for people who are impatient, we offer the possibility to invalidate the account by clicking the sign out button on Steam and then replace the account themselves on the auto replacement platform. Now that we have all these details, I'm really curious, how is it possible for me to sell the same account to multiple people when there's the option to sign each other out and then invalidate the account? And if that was the case, customers would be fighting over replacement with the system, which has never happened and never will. If there's anything unclear on this topic, feel free to let me know in the comments and I'll try to clarify. This has not been mentioned by Sigma, but by another user on the forum in a post in which he claims that I sold Alienware accounts and then later recovered them. Let's clarify this as well, since also here a lot of people don't know exactly what happened with the Alienware accounts. The Alienware accounts were the foundation of the WareStore brand, from which the name was inspired and the logo we are using now. Similarly, with the help of my friend Mascord, I took the list of Alienware users, had the tool to scrape all the VIP users on the forum, and after we had the final list, we started to crack the accounts using a list of the hashed passwords. All of this resulted in a stock of about 400 CS2 lifetime accounts and another 150 or so master package accounts. To make sure that the accounts we were selling were not being accessed by other users who discovered the method, all customers were required to add 2FA to their accounts and not make any forum post or use the shoutbox. The only way to recover these accounts was to change the password with email confirmation, which we didn't have access to except the account owner. We, as WareStore, offered a 30-day guarantee on any account purchase, as the sale price was in line with the price of the 30-day subscription, and if the account got pulled back within the 30 days time frame, WareStore would replace the account completely free of charge. However, after a long period of selling, WareStore decided to stop offering Alienware accounts. This decision was part of a mutual agreement with the moderator Monster J to address potential conflicts of interest, resulting in the permanent suspension of account sales. At the end of activity, I made sure that WareStore didn't owe any accounts or money to any customer. He's been trying to gain some attention in other cheats to gain access to their beta, alpha team or stuff.
What the actual
He clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. But it's okay, that's why I'm here. My only serious interaction has been with Fatality, and you may be wondering, Better, how the hell did you end up as a Fatality partner? Well, let me tell you. A member of Fatality's alpha testing team joined WareStore to buy accounts. After tens of purchased accounts, he asked me to add another Fatality staff member to the ticket, so I did. Dozens of accounts later, I asked that staff member if Fatality accepts partners on the livestream side, and he redirected me to an administrator with whom I discussed all the details and requirements for the partnership, and he agreed to let me become a part of the partners team. I wasn't licking anyone's ass. I simply worked to build an audience which would then provide me with this kind of opportunity, which, if you ask me, benefits the community more than me. That's basically it. After the Neverlose incident, Sigma started to be very aggressive towards me, despite my attempts to get past the situation and support him for the work he does as a beta member. However, the situation worsened when he started tagging me on Fatality Discord server, in which he kept mentioning the terms gypsy and scammer without any basis to back up his claims. I'm neither a scammer nor a gypsy, although I have nothing against gypsies, just against people who don't know how to be humane to those around them. I grew up with children of other ethnicities, I shared meals with them, and when it comes to racism, I'm the last person you can think of. Yet, Sigma continues to spread unnecessary hate, disregarding the consequences and misusing the influence he has gained over the years as a beta member. He even admits to these actions, as evidenced in the screenshots. I hope that I've managed to address every concern about the way I operate WareStore, my integrity as a seller, as well as my attitude towards my customers. All I want from the people who have gotten to this point on this video is for them to not take at face value every piece of information that appears on the internet. The abusive way in which some people wield their power can hurt innocent people and businesses who often work hard for every customer or dime in their lives. This video is not an attack on GameSense or any other software mentioned, but rather a clearing up of the situation, which I hope this video will bring to an end. I'm not interested in any further drama, nor do I enjoy making such videos on this channel, but since my reputation is at stake, I had to do what I could to protect it.